Skippy went down to the farm with 10 pounds of hemp seed under each arm. His feet a moving, his mind a clicking. He was gonna feed that hemp seed to a chicken. Well, the chicken couldn't get enough. Eating that hemp seed, not that other stuff, was the damnedest thing that farmer ever saw. Those birds got so damn big, we took them to a barbecue sponsored by the pig. Meat inspector blown away. He was even sad to say, it's not much of me being a boaster, but I'd eat that reefer roaster. We ain't even breaking the law. Reefer roasters, don't get you high. Reefer roasters, I'll have a thigh. Reefer roasters, juicy and hot. Reefer roasters, not just pot.
With half hemp seed, and these chickens are going crazy with it on the hemp seed half. Now you think they don't know what's going on. You're wrong. Chickens. Oh boy, they're really crowded in on the hemp seed half. How's that, Skippy? What do you think?
No bite, Wirtshafter. No bite the chickies. Even if they peck you on the nose.
Proof indeed the chickens like hemp seed.
Long after I found out it was chicken feed, a fellow sent me a report written by the Birdman of Alcatraz, claiming it was the best singing food for canaries that there was, and that it was literally the best food birds could get for them. I'd already heard in Europe they had used it to feed chickens and thought it was a good deal, and it apparently, their studies said it made their chickens fat and healthy. So it went from there until my friend decided to raise some and invited me to come to a barbecue. Wow! A policeman's benevolent organization through a really nice barbecue. Excuse me. And the Reefer Roasters went, and there were chickens raised here on this farm by some friends of mine, specifically for that, and they were fed this really healthy diet, and these were great chickens. That when we took them we took these chickens to the location, the first thing they had to have done was they had to be inspected by a meat inspector. The inspector's remarks were to the effect, this chicken meat looked so healthy that he had not seen meat like that in 15 years, and he'd been a meat inspector for 20-something.
In June 1994, D.C. Normal entered the National Capital Area Barbecue Battle, sponsored by the D.C. Metro Police Boys and Girls Club. They entered the contest to prove a point that hemp-fed chicken tastes better. The hemp-fed chicken was flown in from Iowa. Hemp seed has always been known for its high nutritional content of essential fatty acids. It's one of the most complete sources of fatty acids and proteins. Of course, hemp seed has always been a favorite food for birds. But could it make a chicken taste better? While the chicken was being prepared, the tent was decorated with hemp leis, and displays were set up showing some of the many uses of hemp. Ben and Sylvia Olsen, farmers in Pocahontas, Iowa, raised the chickens for the Reefer Roasters project.
Well, Skippy originally called us up, and he wanted somebody to raise some chickens for him. And I said, I don't know anybody, and I'm really not too interested in raising chickens myself because I had enough of chickens when I was a kid. So
I said, Skippy, there's got to be farmers in your area. Find one who will raise you some chickens. No, I don't want anyone here anyway.
well, about the third time in as many weeks that he called, why I finally said to Skippy, well, listen, it's quite a lot of work to mess around with a few chickens to raise for this project and everything. So how much money are you willing to offer somebody to do this project? And he said $500. And I did a double take and said sold. And at that point, we tried to get some other people involved in doing the project, and as long as we were doing it, we thought we'd just as well do it up with enough chickens to make it worthwhile. So
Besides, we didn't have the brooder, what do they call them? No heating.
right, a brooder
for
for the little
babies.
baby chickens. So some friends of ours up at Lorenz, Dale and Susan Raby, raised the chickens for the first, what, about 6 weeks?
Yeah,
or-
about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They were good size, but not full grown by any
Right.
means when we got them. They were
And
half
they were,
grown.
yeah, they were fed. Skippy provided hemp seed that he bought from the Ohio Hempery, and it was shipped here direct from the Hempery. And we fed the chickens the hemp seed from the time that they were out of the crates when we brought them.
When they were babies, we ground it up in
Right.
like a coffee grinder.
Yeah. Well, they
So
loved
it
it
was just
from
like
day
a
one.
powder.
They just,
And then as they got bigger, they could handle it.
Yeah.
Just, whole seed.
That is their,
Yes.
that's like candy, I think, to them. Or like, imagine your favorite food in one pile and everything else in the other. They would always go for their favorite, which was the hemp.
well, to make a long story short, we raised the chickens and had the fun and pleasure of that, but the kids kind of fell in love with them, so when we butchered them to take some to Washington, D.C. for the contest, it was arranged by Skippy, and the rest of them we had butchered with all of the rest, and they ended up in our freezer, and some friends who got some, and they've been passed around.
A very large hemp-fed chicken was brought out of the freezer for dinner.
Yeah, this is one of our bigger birds, and he weighed
5.5 pounds.
5.5 pounds. And that is a
Thank you.
fine-looking chicken.
It's really a rich-looking color.
Yeah.
Like the,
When we took the birds out to Washington, D.C.,
you
and
see it through the frost.
they had to be inspected for the contest, the barbecue contest, the guy the USDA man, the inspector, came around, and we opened up the carton for him. He looked in and took one look, said, wow,
What's this?
yeah, it was like, pulls it up, it's fine, no problem, right, George? It's been in the freezer, and we're going to go out and barbecue chicken. So just thought I'd bring it out here and show it to you. This is part of the breast right there. It's really pretty meat. I really like the dark color to it, and the isn't that pretty? Yellow fat in there. It's a nice looking piece of meat. We'll see how it tastes in a little while.
Okay.
We're going to put this on the fire out here at the fire pit, get the fire going here in a few moments, and we'll have barbecued chicken like we'll all love it. Excuse the sunglasses, but I gotta wear them to cut the heat from this fire. So we'll put on some chicken. Whoa! Guess that's that oil coming off from the marinade. Okay. Well.
Okay, you want another plate?
What do we want to talk about with this?
Do you want to know some about the nutritional properties of the
Sure.
hemp seed? I have the exact figures in on the computer, but hemp seed is a lot higher in both fat and fiber than your typical chicken feed, and about the same, I believe, in protein. So you don't want to use it as the entire diet for your chicken. It's more like a tonic. It's very good for their plumage, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But they really like to feed it to pigeons, and they certainly prefer it to everything else. But I think it's a little too rich for a total diet. But it sure is a good supplement.
They love it.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict at this point whether there would be a real market demand for a large amount of hemp seed in chicken diets, because right now it's fed, well, they're fed soybean meal and corn as a basic diet, and of course hemp seed is a lot more expensive at this point. So of course the hemp seed that we fed was imported from China, and it's really hard to justify the economics of saying that was, you know, a profitable way to do it. But of course, if we could raise hemp in this part of the country and harvest our own hemp seed and feed it as chicken feed, or maybe it's too good to be used for chicken feed. Maybe it would be used for human consumption directly, which is of course another option. But assuming it was used for chicken feed, it might be fed for organic chickens, or, you know, where a gourmet taste was involved in trying to get the maximum out of the market for the high end of the product. So I'm not much of a chicken farmer myself, so I'm kind of shooting in the dark on that, and it's just strictly theory. Comments?
The next time I raise chickens with hemp seed, I would like to raise egg layers, partly because then you don't have to see your chickens hit the slaughtering block. But also I would be interested to know if the essential fatty acids, which are so good in hemp seed, if they would come through into the egg production at all, and what your cholesterol level in the eggs might be compared to the standard chicken eggs. Might be different.
It'd be nice to see some universities do some studies on this and really come up with some data that would be meaningful and updated, you know, so it was current information, with seeing what the value of it really is. So, but we'll hope that happens someday. This is cool.
Coating of sauce on it, back in 2 minutes and pull them out.
All right.
That would be the end of those pieces. Fossil fuels polluting the air we breathe, while every day we take 1,000 trees. The garment industry's rotten in decay. The government spends billions to keep the ants away. Legalize freedom. Legalize freedom. Last time I checked, my butt didn't have a stamp.
Chicken was getting done. All sorts of people were coming over to the tent, reading the literature, examining hemp products, while marijuana leaves fluttered in the breeze. Everything was going well. And then the narcs showed up.
Legalize freedom. Legalize freedom. Legalize
After all, this was a police event, and the visit was friendly. No arrests were made, and this time they paid for the hemp products they took.
Grab one.
What? My present to you.
Just remember, don't try to smoke it.
All right. I understand that we were to set up and have judges were going to come around today and taste the chicken that we were cooking.
Today's blind. They're tasting it, but you're taking it to them in the judges' tent.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay. When do we do that?
Oh, it's the judges arrive here at 4 for check-in and chickens at 5.
Okay, I didn't know it anyway.
We never got this yet as far as
Yes, you did. The judges are maybe coming right by. Sure, they came by. You may not have known who they were.
Okay.
They came by.
George McMahon, the chief chef for the Reefer Roasters project, suffers from nail patella syndrome and is one of the only 8 medical marijuana patients currently receiving government-grown marijuana as part of the government's compassionate use program.
marijuana. It's good medicine. That's right.
Hot stuff.
It's good medicine.
Heard the rumor that we're ahead in every category.
It's good medicine. Even if I was dying, you still would lie. If a toke would keep me going, you just say no. I say wow. Damn it's good medicine. It's good medicine.
Some hemp-fed chicken.
What?
Hemp-fed chicken. Come on, try just one taste.
The barbecue sauce is made with a hemp oil booze, hemp seed oil booze. It's no THC, it's okay. It's a good piece of chicken.
I don't think pot would. Marijuana is good medicine. Marijuana is good medicine. That's right. Marijuana.
Right there, boys. That will do it.
Let's get high on pork.
All right, what happened? What do we got here?
Wonderful, Skippy.
Above and beyond the college.
Damn, we don't have any film left.
We smoke them. Yeah, and we smoke them too.
The Metropolitan Police has thanked DC Normal for growing Reefer Roasters on hemp seed and cooking them for the barbecue battle judges. I'd call that a nice outcome.
Really?
We're building good relations with the community police.
Yeah.
No chicken, Raja, and no food either.
Let me get over here where I can actually get in on the picture, yeah.
Hopefully nothing's going to happen. You'll have nothing to see.
Now look at this. The feeder is now occupied with half hemp seed, and these chickens are going crazy with it on the hemp seed half. Now you think they don't know what's going on. You're wrong.
No chickens, Raja. No.
Dan,
Yeah.
trying to make them go around from one side to the
Yeah, I'll tell you, they really do
other. Disappointed when
focus on the hemp seed when they see it, man. It's like, wow, I'm going to get some of that before it gets away.
The Ohio Hempery, which provided seeds for the Reefer Roaster project, is a mail-order business specializing in hemp products, such as clothing, shoes, paper, cosmetics, oil, and, of course, hemp seed. Don Wirtshafter, owner of the Hempery, talks about the business aspects of the project.
$1 per bird for the cost of this hemp seed. That's the problem with having to grow the seeds in China, ship them to New Jersey, pay for the sterilization, ship them to Ohio, and then ship them to Iowa. If the Iowa farmer would be allowed to grow them on his farm, this would be extremely economical. And so this is more of a demonstration of the technology, that it is something that's really going to be economical until we get the government's head out of the sand and get them to allow us to grow this here in this country again. And if we could do that, the seeds are going to go to the chickens and to people and everything else. And the stalks are going to go to our clothing industry and our wood products industry and all the other things we figured out how to do with hemp. It'll be soon. People are waking up really quickly to this.
These are our hemp seeds here that this is all about. We feed them to people and we feed them to animals and we make oil out of them. And here's our little baby growing on hemp. And there's nothing to do with getting high. You can eat a full bag of these seeds and it won't affect you psychologically. Although good nutrition always makes people feel good. You're a big girl. You're eating big people's food.
About it, and I know now that the way to develop, the way to make a better chicken is feed them hemp seed. And I don't even think you have to feed them all hemp seed. You just have to feed them a little. And this chicken proves it. This is the best chicken I ever had.